welcome to One Leisure YouTube videos. I'm Sarah, I'm your instructor today, and we're going to be doing a beginner's Pilates, mat Pilates session for about 20 minutes. So we're going to think about our body posture before we get started. And starting off, think about your feet. So our feet want to be hip width apart. We're going to use your fist as a guideline, so just place it just above your knees, and then place one by each side, and then take the hand away. Have a look at your toes, and you want your toes pointing forward. So if your toes are slightly out or in, you're just going to reposition them so your toes are pointing in front of you. Then you want to have your knees nice and soft, and from there we're just going to think a little bit about our pelvis alignment. So we're going to gently tilt the pelvis backwards and forwards. If you place one hand in front, one hand behind, and as you tilt the pelvis forwards, you give yourself a bigger curvature of the lower back. As you tilt your pelvis back, you start to flatten out that back, and you're just going to take it through what your range of movement is, and just keep it nice and slow and steady. And then you're going to bring it to a halt in the centre where you're not tilted forwards or backwards, and hold it there. Then lift the shoulders up towards your ears, roll them back and down, and let them just hang by your side. From there, we're going to start to breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. This is a nice deep breath in through the nose, down to the bottom of your lungs. You can place your hands just below your rib cage, and you should feel your lungs expand and contract. So as you breathe in, and then as you breathe out, imagine you're blowing candles out on a cake, and it's a breathe in, breathe out. When you're happy with that, you can place your hands back down by your side, nice and relaxed. Keep the breathing going. Breathe in, breathe out. When you next breathe out, we're going to engage the abdominals by drawing the tummy in and away from our waistband. So as you breathe out, draw the tummy in just enough to slide a piece of paper in between your bellies and your trousers. And then you're going to hold it there for the next 20 minutes, guys. And then keep breathing. On your next breath out, you're going to give the pelvic floor a tug. So this is the muscle that stops you wetting yourself or passing wind. Keep your bottoms nice and relaxed still, but it's all internal here. So give it a little tug as if you need a wee, but you can't go just yet. And hold it there, tummy stay in as well. Keep looking forwards, guys. Pick something on the horizon that's not moving, and then we're going to try and lift up onto our toes. So as we breathe out, we're going to lift ourselves up, and as we breathe in, we're going to lower. If you need to use the wall for support, please do. Breathe out, breathe in. You could use a chair if you needed to as well. Breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. See if you can hold it up as you breathe in, breathe out, breathe in to lower yourself. We're going to have another go, but we're going to try and lift the arms this time if you can, or carry on using the wall for support. Breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Hold it up if you can, guys, as you breathe in, breathe out, breathe in to lower. Okay, from there I'm going to come to the end of my mat, so you could come to the end of your towel if that's what you're using, or your rug. And just then, having those feet hip width apart, we're going to do a roll down into a plank position. I'm going to show you an easy way to do it first, and then a slightly harder way if you find the first one too easy. So roll the shoulders back and down, hands on thighs, and then as you breathe out, chin on chest, run those hands down your legs, keep the legs nice and straight. As you reach towards the bottom, you're going to hold it there. As you breathe in, place
place your hands on the floor, and if you need to, bend those knees. From there, as you breathe out, you're going to walk those hands forwards, and if you need to, drop the knees down. So this is a slightly easier version. Bring the shoulders forward, so they're coming over your hands. Breathe in. And then as you breathe out, you're going to walk those hands back towards your knees, lift up onto your toes, and then finally walk your way back. Then as you breathe in, stretch the legs out, tuck the chin in, breathe out to roll yourself back up to standing. Eyes look forward, roll the shoulders back and down, and as you breathe in, and then as you breathe out, chin on chest. So this is a slightly harder version of this. Breathe in as those hands go on the floor, and again you can bend those knees if you need to. Breathe out as you walk your hands towards the end of the mat. Breathe in. Breathe out as you walk those hands back towards your toes, lowering your heels as you go. Tuck the chin in and breathe out to roll yourselves back up to standing. Eyes look forward, roll the shoulders back and down. Take a breath in, and then as you breathe out, chin on chest again. Running those hands back down those trousers. Having a look through your legs. Breathe in as those hands go onto the floor. Breathe out as you walk those hands forwards. Breathe in. Breathe out as you walk those hands back. Breathe in as you tuck the chin in, stretch the legs out. Breathe out to roll back up again. Eyes look forward as you breathe in, roll the shoulders back and down, and then chin on chest. We're going to stay down on the floor this time, breathing out still as we go down. So we're getting the stretch through your spine, stretching out through down the backs of your legs as we've been doing our roll downs. Breathe in as those hands go down. Breathe out as you walk those hands forwards. Breathe in. And then we're going to lower the knees down, and we're actually going to bring ourselves all the way down onto the floor. We're going to bring our arms in front, and we're going to stack them on top of each other. Legs are going to be together here. From here, guys, we're going to bend one knee. As we bend the knee, we're breathing out. And then try and keep your hip on the ground. You're going to lift that knee slightly off the floor. And then breathe in as you lower the knee, and then lower the foot down again. And then change over sides. So breathe out as you bend the knee, and lift the knee up off the floor. Breathe in as you lower the knee, and then the toe, and changing over. Now whilst you're doing this, guys, we want to pull your tummies away from the floor, so don't be pressing them down. Give that pelvic floor a tug as well. Make sure it's working. And we're just doing some glute bracing here. So we're trying to work your bottoms. So nice and steady, breathe out. Breathe in. 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 And one more. Breathe out. Breathe in. Okay, from there we're going to bring ourselves up onto all fours. And you want to try and make sure we're trying to keep a nice big flat back here. So try and bring those shoulders over your hands, lengthen that upper body, knees want to be apart and toes are unfolded. Eyes are looking straight down at the mat in front of you. From there, tummies are drawn in, guys, pelvic floor is engaged, we're taking it into our Superman. So try to imagine you've got a tea tray resting on your back. As you breathe out, you're going to slide the hand forwards and up towards the shoulder height. And it doesn't matter if you can't get all the way there. Breathe in as you slide it back into place. Then change over sides. Breathe out as you slide the arm forwards. Breathe in as you slide it back into place. Then taking the leg out behind, breathe out as you slide the leg back and then trying to lift it up. Breathe in as you slide it back into place. And finally on the other side, breathe out as you slide the leg back, lifting it up to hip height. Doesn't have to go as far as that. Breathe in as it comes back. If you do want to take it a little bit further, you can carry on with single. You can do opposite arm to leg. So breathe out as you slide them both out. Breathe in as you return them back to your starting position. And then change over sides. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Remember, you can still be doing single in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Bringing yourself to a rest, guys. Bring the toes together, drop your bottom back towards your feet, and then let the head relax down on the ground. And if you wish to, bring your arms by your side. Just take a moment. Okay, from there, guys, we're going to bring ourselves onto our sides. So we're going to stretch ourselves out, stack the feet on top of each other, the hips on top of each other, and that bottom arm up above the top of your head. Rest that head on top and bring the other arm in front. And we're just going to do a single leg lift, and we're going to try and keep the whole of this upper body really still. So those tummies drawn in, so you're feeling as if your sides lifting up off the floor, pelvic floor engaged. Toes stay pointed, and we're only lifting up, we're not rotating round. So we're going to breathe out as we lift the leg up to the side, and we're not looking to get the toe all the way up to the ceiling. Breathe in as we lower back down again. Breathe out. Breathe in. If you start to wobble about, just shrink the movement down, so breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Last one. Breathe out. Breathe in. So we're just starting to strengthen around our hip area at the moment. So we're going to change over sides and we're going to work the other side. So again, stretching the body out, stack the feet on top of each other, the hips on top of each other, that bottom arm up above the top of your head. Use that hand in front for support. If you do want to start to push yourself a little bit further, you can place your hand on your hip, or you can join both hands together up over the top of your head. But if you wobble about, place the hand back down in front. Toes are pointed again, guys. Tummy's drawn in, pelvic floor. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe
breathe out, breathe in. From there, you're going to roll over onto your back. You're going to bring those feet as close as you can to your bottom for me. And then we're just going to tilt the pelvis, guys. So there's no arch underneath your lower back, so you just want to tilt the pelvis to just take away that arch. Drawing the abdominals, pelvic floor, feet stay as close to your bottom as you can, and they want to be hip width apart. So again, you can place that fist in between your knees for the gap distance if you need a little bit of help. From there, arms down by your side, eyes looking straight up towards the ceiling. And then as you breathe out, you're going to peel your spine up off the floor, and you're literally trying to peel one vertebra at a time, lifting up to the top of your shoulders. And again, don't worry if you can't get all the way. If you get to the top of your shoulders or as far as you can, stop as you breathe in. And then breathe out as you place that spine back down onto the floor or to the mat, one vertebra at a time. Trying to really control, push down into the ground with your feet to try and stop those knees drifting. Once your back is flat on the floor, take a breath in. And then as you breathe out, start to peel yourself back up off the floor, lifting up to the top of your shoulders. If you make it to the top of your shoulders and you want to go a little bit further, breathe in as you hold. Breathe out as you lift up onto your toes. Breathe in to lower those heels. Then breathe out as you roll back down again. Still thinking about tummies drawn in, guys. Pelvic floor engaged. Once you're nice and flat on the floor, take a breath in. Check your feet are still as close to your bottom as you can. Ground them into the floor. Then start to breathe out, rolling back up again, nice and slowly. Don't worry if you're going slower than me, but don't rush it. Breathe in when you get to the top. Breathe out if you're pushing up onto those toes. Breathe in, make sure those heels come down first. Then breathe out as you start to roll back down. Breathe in once you're flat on the floor. Breathe out to start to roll back up again. And we'll just do one more, guys. From there, you're going to lift the legs up and we're going to take it into what's a tabletop position. And from here again, tilting the pelvis so your lower back stays glued to the floor. If you really struggle with this, then drop one leg down and just have 1 foot up. And then you'll just do 8 on one side and then 8 on the other. So for the easier alternative, guys, arms are by your side, toes are pointed and your leg is in line. You're going to breathe out as you take one leg forwards and down towards the ground. Breathe in to return. If you're able to, have both legs up at tabletop, tummies drawn in, pelvic floor engaged. Shoulders stay down to start off with. Breathe out as you take the leg forwards and down towards the ground. Breathe in to return, keeping that lower back on the floor the whole time. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. in. If you're doing single leg, swap over to the other leg and just have the other one resting on the floor.
If you want to make it a little bit harder, roll the shoulders up, engage the upper abdominals, but eyes still look up at the ceiling. Keep your gap between your chin and chest. Breathe out. Breathe in. You can place your hands here so you know how far back to draw your legs if you need to. Make sure you're pulling up with the upper abdominals and not your neck if you've got your shoulders up. If you need to, relax them back down again. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Last one. Breathe out. Breathe in. Hug those knees in. Bring the chin towards your chest. Just get a stretch through the spine. And then relax the body down. We're going to take it into one last move, guys. I'm going to take it into the 100. So from here, we're going to still stay on our backs. Now, if you need to give your abdominals a rest, please put your feet on the floor and you can just concentrate on your breathing side of things. If you're able to, level 1 is to have your legs back up at tabletop, shoulders are down. Level 2 is to roll the shoulders up, and then level 3 is to extend the legs out. So 3, level 2, or level 1. So from here, as you breathe out, you're going to do 5 pats with the hands one way. As you breathe in, 5 pats with the hands the other way. Try and watch that these knees don't start to come towards you. So you want to try and keep them in line with your hips. So I will count to 100, but if you need to rest before, just bring yourself down to rest and join back in when you're able to. So choosing your starting position, tummy's drawn in, pelvic floor engaged, guys, and off we go. Halfway. And bring yourself down to rest. If you're able to, just hug the knees in and gently just roll yourself, bringing yourself back up to seated. So from there, guys, that's going to bring us to the end of all the moves that we're going to do at the moment. Hope you've enjoyed the session. Any feedback and comments is always appreciated. And I hope to see you soon for some more, watch out for some more progressive levels of Pilates. This is Sarah for One Leisure Sometimes. Hope you're all keeping nice and safe. Bye for now.